Adapting is better than collapsing. But the old meathead in me still wants to redline this machine until it breaks. You know, a couple days ago, I had my fastest split yet with the vest on. Sub 15. It was great. Then the next day, I woke up and was in such pain. I just knew that there was no way I could go out with the vest on. Now, the old me would have demanded such perfection, such sticking to the plan that I wouldn't have, I almost would have rather skipped the day totally rather than, taking the vest off and doing less. But that chasing of perfection, that getting the perfect program, that's just like, it's another way to avoid things. Because it is hard if you've been an athlete, maybe you've been an athlete, and maybe you've competed in things and pushed yourself. And it's really hard if you're used to following the program to the letter, to pretty much, ditching the whole point. Like, I feel like there's no point to me to walk if I don't have the vest on. It's a mental thing. But I made myself do it anyway because adapting is better than collapsing. So I made myself, even though the old me would have beat myself up about it, I allowed myself the grace to be able to take the vest off and still go for my walk, because you can't just chase perfection and let that collapse you, right? You need to be able to be adaptable so that when the hard days come, because they come, you're able to choose a different way and do something else for yourself. Now, because I've been adding for so long and, I did get the best time and I'm trying to add in kettlebell workout, that makes me just want to push it that much harder. And, when you're coming back from a serious illness or injury, if you try to redline, that is a perfect way to set yourself back for weeks, like pushing yourself past a certain point. It's not just a day or two that, I just need an extra day or two to recover. It can be weeks. If you're there, how brutal it can be. And when you're on this comeback and you are rebuilding yourself and you're living with a chronic disease, you cannot just be a mindless bulldozer. You can't just plow ahead, all grind, no stop. That's not going to work out very well for you. I think we're, all right. See, we only got 10 pounds in the tire today. Only. Feels like 100 out here. Whew. All right. So, what I'm trying to say is consistency is much better than perfection. If I had not allowed myself the grace of being able to go for a walk without the vest on and still count that as a win, I don't know, because the slides start with one day off, right? One missed day, one day where you're not able to adapt to what your body can actually do that day and make a new plan and stick to it. Stick to the new plan. Stick to that day's thing that you need to modify, and still count it as a win. That was a win. That workout was a win. Okay? Not going, that would have been more of a loss. I mean, if I absolutely need a day to not walk, I'm obviously going to take it. However, you have to know the difference between, you know, what you can push yourself with that day and what maybe you shouldn't. Oh, because grace is a skill, okay? It doesn't come naturally for me, at least, not grace to myself. But I have to learn it. I have to learn to be loving and kind to myself. I have to be relentless. I have to figure out a way to move even when I don't want to move. Even when moving really sucks and really hurts, I have to be relentless and I have to figure out a way to do it. However, I need to be kind and forgiving to myself while I do that. You need to be kind and forgiving to yourself. You know? So my question for you is, what is it that you know that you need to adapt to, but you're afraid of doing it because you think it feels like failure? Now, what is it that you need to change? What are the steps that you need to adapt to that maybe old you wouldn't have accepted as enough, but the new you has to learn the limits and how to love yourself even within those limits. We can do this, friends. You and me. We can get through this. We can make it happen. We just keep walking, one foot in front of the other. We just keep going. We just keep fighting.